Hello, everybody. My name is Osgiliath, and welcome to the second part for the Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King 80% Easy tutorial. If you guys haven't watched the last video, there will be a link to it in the description below, as well as a playlist link if you guys are watching from that. So one thing we're going to be starting off here is you have your 3 level of selections. I went over this in more detail in the first video, but just so that way you guys, as kind of a refresher, you have your 3 paths: Path of the Wizard, Path of the King, Path of the Hobbits. You want to go Path of the Hobbit, and go specifically into Escape from Osgiliath, because the way that Return of the King works is you are actually going to be using all of your different characters, except for these 3 secret characters. These 3 secret characters are not relevant, so you won't be using them, but you have your characters that you're going to be playing throughout the run are going to be Sam, Gandalf, and Legolas. Those are your 3 characters that you play throughout the majority of the run. But as you can see, we can't play as Gandalf or Legolas right now because they're not in their respective paths. So we'll go ahead and select Sam and go right into Escape from Osgiliath. I will be cutting out all of the cutscenes here just so that way you guys don't have to sit through them, but there is a wonderful unskippable cutscene to watch. Alright, so we are back now. We have this small in-engine cutscene here that we're going to be watching. And then, biggest thing you're going to need to know about hobbits in the Path of the Hobbit. They have very low health, so it is important that you dodge enemies, and that comes down a lot to RNG. So, we're just going to be running over here. We're going to let some weird camera angle. This guy's going to come over here. You can just go to the left, hug more on the left side, dodge this arrow. Make sure I didn't, because I'm bad, parry that arrow, and then you can just run right past him or get stuck, and which is going to make me parry again. This wall's going to explode, that guy's going to ignore you, and so you can just run up here. Now, the main gimmick to this level, as you can see up there in that top right corner, is that Nazgul meter. If that Nazgul meter fills up, you're going to fail the level. So it's important that when you move quickly. Give one hit on these guys, they will then not be able to hit you, and you can then just keep running. There's going to be one guy that's going to come up here, be kind of hidden. He hit me anyways, even though I thought I was dodging him running to the left. That guy hit me as well. Wow. This guy's being a real troll. But you just hit him, go down the ladder. You don't need to hold on to control stick when going down ladders. That's some really interesting thing there. You can then come down this ladder. That archer is not important. He might shoot you when you go at the bottom of the ladder. That just can happen. 9 times out of 10 it does happen. Here the Nazgul meter doesn't show up. I like to run around on the left side here. That makes it easiest to dodge the enemies here. Parry when necessary. Sometimes I parry too much or don't parry at all. Wow, that guy never hits me. This here is where it's your first area where you can really get stuck, because there are 2 archers here that just become annoying. If they do hit you, if your health does get low, which right now my health isn't where I would like it to be, but there is a safety health back there. It's a little inconvenient to go grab it, so I usually just skip it, no matter what my health is at. Come up to this checkpoint ladder, and continue on throughout the level. Nazgul meter has come back. That guy didn't really commit to me. There's going to be some orcs here. I can keep blocking. Okay. Get trolled here. Come up here. All these archers are going to shoot. Just parry all 3 of them. Keep running. Okay, I got... That guy is committed. That doesn't normally happen. Alright, so my health is low. And so there's a safety health there. That guy's being, once again... Wow. This is really bad RNG. It's a good thing, actually, that we're showing really bad RNG, because you can see safety healths that are present throughout the run. They are going to be really nice to have, especially in these Path of the Hobbit levels where you try to just avoid fighting because fighting is slow. Okay, all 3 guys are there. There's going to be one more guy up here. You can parry him and avoid him. Run up to the bell here. If your health is bad, there is another... For some reason, these guys on the stairs give you trouble. There is a safety health here that you can get as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up for extra safety, so that way I don't die during the tutorial, because that would be really, really awkward. You can come here, run up around this guy. It's going to be this ranger here and this guy here. Parry him. And avoid, again, more AI dodging. Run along the left side here. Make sure to parry this guy. Got good RNG there. That guy's gonna die, and then you immediately, here you need to move quickly. If you're new to the run, I recommend you can come over here and just avoid and let the Nazgul meter drain a bit, but if you're experienced, run around here and come on the right side. The right side here gives you a straight path. Enemies will not be hitting you. When you see this ranger, cut left. Don't get shot. That's bad. These two guys are going to spawn. They can be annoying, but usually they aren't terrible. And then you can come down here into the sewer. The sewer is going to be one of the more riskier areas of the run. Just because there's a lot of areas where it can go wrong. Like there's these guys here. Just parry them. Go down the ladder. But this is the biggest spot where you're most likely going to die. So be careful here. Because there is our first instance of an orc captain. And an orc captain are the guys, either the really fat guys with the big hammers or the guys with 2 maces. Now, there are a couple of ways that you can go about this. There's one way that's safer and more recommended for beginners, and I'm going to be doing that way when I actually go about this. I might also just I'll put a clip of how I do it for advanced. But what you can do is you can run straight forward and just go for the gear and hope and pray that the orc captain doesn't hit you. If you're a beginner, I do not recommend this at all because it can be extremely dangerous and can kill you, which then makes you either lose a lot of time or just kills your run. So, how to go about dealing with this captain is you have your cloaking ability that makes you invulnerable to all damage. You get behind the captain, press R on your GameCube controller or R2 or I think right trigger if you're playing on Xbox. When you're behind the captain, and it will immediately kill him, not needing you to worry about fighting him. And I'll show that off here in just a little bit. That way, you don't take as much damage, and you have significantly less of a chance of getting knocked down. So, gonna dodge this guy, run up to him, cloak. You can see I don't take any damage. Stab him in the back, he's dead. And then, sometimes the enemies will be annoying. They can hit you a couple of times. Now that we've killed everything, we can go through the sewer and end the level. As you can see, by killing that, if we didn't kill that captain, he has his hammer and his sword that does a lot more damage and can knock us down. Now we've just avoided all of that damage and we don't have to worry about it at all. So we're here now at the end of the level. With Sam, none of his abilities are of any use to us at all throughout the run. His cloak ability is useful, but we don't need to upgrade it since we're able to mess with it. And we're able to use it in a way that doesn't require us to need to use it. And we hit level 1. We're still level 1 anyways, so we just don't need to worry about it. We keep going. Don't save now at this point. From this point on, we don't save because saving is slow. If you need to, you can create a safety save, but it's not really necessary. So I wouldn't really worry about it. And then you guys just go into Shelob's Lair. And that's where we're going to be starting the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.